Hi everyone,
Hi,
it's Priscilla.
I'm Brenda, and I have makeup on this time, so I may look a little different.
I have to wear makeup every time.
Why?
I just look dead. Coincidentally, my fall semester, when I was really depressed, the days that I wouldn't wear makeup, the professor would be like, "Are you guys okay? You guys look dead."
And you think they were talking about you?
I think I contributed to it.
Oh.
Yes, I would just sit there with my bags.
Okay, so welcome back to episode 4. I'm losing count now. But yeah, welcome to episode 4. If you've listened to all of our episodes, thank you. We appreciate it.
You rock.
You really do. Oh, I gotta hide my armpit fat.
Dude, you know what I hate about fajas? Everything looks snatched if you have the right one, but then you have that bit right there.
Oh my gosh.
So annoying.
Or when it's the bikini ones and your butt is really fat and then you get that...
The little marks.
Yeah, and then you get that extra plump at the bottom, so it's
I can't find the right one, dude.
Me either. And then when you have them all the way to the thighs and then your thighs look like this.
See, I don't like those because every time I need them, I have to hike it up because I'm wearing something kind of short.
Oh.
And then the thigh part, it gets too big and it's all
Oh, loose?
Yeah, loose.
Yeah, I understand. Thick thigh problems.
Thick thighs save lives though, so.
And end them.
Squigga.
Anyways.
Okay, I see you.
Anyways, so today we're gonna talk about paranormal. I can't even say paranormal ghosts. Anything scary.
She has a lot to say about that.
I do. I have days and days worth of stories. Do you?
Not really. I do have one good story.
But before we start,
yes.
How are you?
I'm okay.
Why are you saying it like that?
Just because
Okay.
it sucks to be my body right now.
Honestly,
something's going on with the stars in the air because I cannot catch a break.
What is going on?
So remember a month and a half ago I told you I was dizzy for no reason?
Yeah.
So that was a whole week and I was even dizzy lying down. So for me that was the scary part. And I even checked my blood sugar and I was normal.
Right.
And then it just went away. That went away, and then Father's Day weekend, I told you I got food poisoning. It was bad. I threw up 5 times. No, it was so bad, and I considered going to the ER because I thought I aspirated. Because I did choke on my vomit while I was vomiting, and so I wasn't good for a few days, right? And so it finally went away. 2 days later, I woke up with a stiff neck, and so when I get a stiff neck, it's from my neck down my back. Imagine that's my back, and then down here. And so that took a few days. And then now I have something up with my arm. I don't know what it is. But yeah, it sucks to be me. What about you?
It's been pretty calm. Actually, no, I've been traveling all month. The last time we recorded, it was the 1st of July. And the next day I was going to go to Oregon. So I went to Oregon. And then we had a gender reveal for my little cousin. Who I'm so happy for. She's having a little girl. It feels like it's girl season. And then now we're here, and I'm just looking for jobs, trying to get money,
I hope you find something soon, dude.
Me too. Okay, our first story. You can share the first story.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna share paranormal experiences, stories, because this was actually a suggestion from your cousin, right?
Yesenia Sanchez.
For the first topic suggestion, so
I love that topic, by the way.
Yeah,
I just wish I had more.
Talk about. That's really all we talk about. But now we didn't even think about that as a topic before.
No, we didn't.
So thank you, Yesenia.
Thank you.
This is our mero mole. So today we are talking about ghosts and paranormal, and we're gonna steer it off into
true crime.
True crime. So enjoy.
So a little bit of a backstory.
Okay.
This is my theory. I've had little things happen, nothing crazy.
Okay.
But when I was 13, I had a neighbor upstairs and he died. And it sucks because he was 1 month away from retiring. He did manual labor. And so he was a smoker and they kept us updated because we were cool with them. And at some point they were like, yeah, like he has like a month to live. He died later that week. And so like we were cool, right? But I was 13. Gosh. And so, you know, like I was immature or whatever.
So what'd you do?
And so like months or maybe like a year or two before that, I remember I tried to ding dong ditch him. And I ran into like the laundry room in the garage. And like a minute passed by and I peeked out and he was staring at me. And so I think when he died right above my room. And I hate that room. It's just like weird. Sometimes I think like he tries to mess with me because of that.
What do you think he does? Ding dong, ding dong?
Not that, but like the little things that happen. Like I remember I was on the computer once, like the family computer back in the day, and I remember her like, and at the time that's how my dad would call me. And I remember I turned around, nobody was there, obviously.
What was your neighbor's name?
Oh, I don't even know his name.
Damn.
It was some Korean name.
Korean? I was gonna say Chencho.
No.
Call him Chencho. But
it's like little things like that made me feel crazy. Like this isn't nothing.
Yeah, you're like, is that my head or is it reality?
Yeah.
Yeah, you seem crazy, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's not real. That didn't just happen.
Like one time I was watching TV on the corner of my bed and my blanket fell, but I swear it like kept moving. And so I remember thinking like, okay.
What do you mean moving?
Like it like
up, or
like if it just fell like, and then it just kept moving. And so I remember I was like, I'm done. But that's not the story.
Oh.
Okay, so this is the only good story I have. So this happened maybe like a year and a half ago. So at the time we've been having the update for Comcast where we could talk to the remote. We just hadn't done it in years. And so we finally did it. And every time we do that, the one in my room has to get taken out anyways, even though I'm not going to get anything good back. So they take it to Comcast, they bring me back the same exact one, and now it's time to install my TV again. And my dad said that he was going to do it, and he was having trouble, but I was being a brat, and I was like, okay, no, like you said you're going to do it, I'm going to wait for you to do it this weekend then. Because, yeah. And so since it wasn't installed yet, every time you turn the TV on, it was like a box that just said call Comcast. And so there was literally nothing you can do with the TV. And I remember that weekend, it was like Saturday morning. I woke up at like 12 and I was just laying in bed for like an hour on my phone. And then like around 1 p.m., all of a sudden, the loudest static comes from my TV, like just shh. And I'm wearing contacts right now, but when I go to sleep, it's my glasses. And so even with my bad vision, nothing's on the TV. And so it was just static. And so I remember I shot up.
Wait, the TV was off, right?
That's the thing. It was off. So in my mind, I'm thinking, oh my God, like it's off. Why is there static? Like, do I get the remote? Do I turn it on? Do I turn it off? Like, and like 8 seconds passed by and then it just stopped.
So it was full on static?
Full static. No error message, nothing.
Oh my gosh.
And then it just stopped. And then I was like, I'm getting up now. And that was the last thing. That was the scariest thing, though, to happen.
No, I have stories for days. So this actually happened a few nights ago.
Oh, no.
I was sleeping, and I left my door open about this yay long, yay big, because I left it open for my dog to come in. Or because she likes to sleep in my room or she likes to sleep outside. So I left it open for her, and I can't remember the time. It was like 2 a.m, and I'm facing this way. The door's on that side. And I just hear something like shut my door with so much force.
Oh, hell no.
And so I'm like, So I wasn't like scared or anything because I'm so used to all of this happening. So then I left my window open, and for some reason that night it wasn't windy. So I'm like, okay, it's not the wind.
Oh,
so I was like, okay, maybe it was my mom or something. So I didn't think much about it. But I didn't feel scared, that's the thing. So then I thought maybe like I came in, she closed it by accident because she does that sometimes. Then she wasn't here, so I was like, oh well, it's a ghost, oh well. So then I just go back to sleep, and then I tell my mom, like, hey, did one of you guys close my door at like 2 a.m? She's like, no. So I'm like, oh great, it's the ghost. It's a ghost or whatever. So like I'm literally not fazed by it. Like it's like, oh, it happened. And
what about that shadow that you've seen?
I don't think that's her. I haven't seen it in a while, thankfully. I haven't seen it since I was little. Have any stories you want to share, or is that it?
I have a minor one. So my aunt, rest in peace, she died like 2 years ago. And I don't know, there was always kind of beef, you know, just with her family. I don't really know what, and even if I did, I'm not gonna tell everyone.
Well.
But we did go to see her though, just to pay our respects. And like 2 or 3 days later, like I shower with hot water, so it's always steamy in there. I remember I came out and there was kind of like a zigzag like that
on the mirror.
Yeah, it looked like a Z, like turned, but also looked like an M. Her name was Marcelina.
So and she didn't finish? She didn't finish the M?
Well, it looked like an M, just like a really bad M. And I remember I told my mom the next day, I was like, you were in the bathroom, were you? And I know she wasn't, because like I take showers at that time like at 11 p.m. Like nobody's up. Like who would do that? And she was like, no, but let me go pray.
Oh, she got scared. Did you take a picture?
I did, but it's long gone now. I don't, because I got a new phone like when I got my Samsung.
That's true.
And I was just like, why the hell do I want this?
That's kind of like cool though. It's scary.
Yeah.
Imagine it said Priscilla.
I would have freaked out, and it's all spelled wrong.
2 L's?
Yes.
You're like, what?
And it's just like back in high school when you would write notes on the desk.
In the bathroom?
Like,
would
hey.
you do that?
I wrote on the desk, like, hey, and then the next person, how are you? I'm good.
In the bathroom, I would say who I would, like, on the sanitary little trash, when you put your pads and tampons, I would be like, blah, blah, blah is cute. And then people would be like, ew, no.
You were one of those?
And then someone was like, ew, no. I think this one was, no. I literally, the first one, I don't know, I feel like I've just grown up with so many spirits around me. And that's not scary.
What about your first time?
That's what I'm trying to think about. Probably the toys when I lived in my second apartment when I was very little. But the first one that happened in this house, so it was my old room, the one over there where my sister sleeps now. We both shared a room, and I can't remember the which one was first, but so one instance we were taking out our closet doors, and one was propped, the walls right here, the door was propped up perfectly like this, so it wouldn't fall on me and my sister. For some reason, we were at the bottom of the door, drawing or whatever, and all of a sudden, this door somehow, from like the 45-degree angle that it's at or whatever, like this. And
I'm sure it was heavy.
It was heavy. It's a closet door, and all of a sudden it just falls on us.
Oh hell no!
Like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Like how the heck does a door go from here, and then?
Yeah, I'm sure you weren't playing around with it too.
No, we were just covering. So it's like, what the heck? How does that happen? Like a ghost is trying to kill us here.
I was about to say that ghost did not like you guys.
They want to fight. You want to fight? What's the little girl? You want to fight me? Then fight me.
Oh God.
I'm big now. And
Dude.
then in that same room, me and my sister, before we would go to bed, we would like play around. Like what sibling wouldn't play around before they go to bed? So we had 2 different beds. I was on this side, she was on this side. And we would knock on her headboard, and then I would knock back. And our parents were asleep at this time.
Oh no.
No. They weren't asleep. This is the time where we were very little, and we would fall asleep, and they would be watching TV at the same time. So then she knocked, and I would knock back. She would knock, and then we just stopped because we got tired, really sleepy. And all of a sudden, something knocks 3 times, and then she goes, "Why'd you knock?" And I was like, "I didn't knock." So we like ran out of the room, and we told our parents, like, "Did you guys knock?" And they're like, "No." And they're like, "Okay, ghosts just knocked in our room." And they're like, "Ghosts aren't real?" Like, they were those type of parents. So
were they saying that just to make you feel better?
Yeah, to not scare us. So, but it's not cool that they do that because it makes you feel like you're crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I've always felt like I was being crazy. That's what my ears are ringing right now. Someone's talking about me.
Incubus?
You don't know. Probably a ghost or spirit trying to talk to me. Like, stop telling stories about us.
Stop talking shit, Brenda. I'm not telling your stories.
I'm not going on a podcast talking about you and what you do. But yeah, so I've always felt like I was crazy or whatever, and I just grew up with so many things happening, and I grew up getting told, you're crazy, that's not true. I'm like, no, something is here, and something is messing with us. So
Does she believe it now?
My mom?
Yeah.
I think so. Things have happened to her. And I'm like, you're crazy.
Wait, they've happened to her now?
My parents. Things have happened to them, and I'm like, you're crazy. So I switched it. Do you remember our playroom? I think I was too old at that time, but you know how it's my old room and then there's a room right here? Mm-hmm. That used to be our playroom.
Oh.
So my sister used to sleep there, but it was a playroom. And we had a television in there. It's like an old school television where it has the box in the back. And my sister was on the ground just coloring, and I wasn't even there. And she's just coloring, and we had the television, and we had the control on top. Mm-hmm. And all of a sudden, the control just flies off and hits her. Yeah, it just smacked her straight up.
She must have hella annoyed the ghost. Imagine being a ghost, and then, like, the couple has kids. Like, I'd be like, seriously?
I mean, it sounds like the only times that it's been, like, aggressive, it's with her, like, trying to knock her out. The door, she was there. And now the control trying to knock her out. They have it out for her. Let's see. Do you have any more stories?
I have one. So my dad, he sleeps on the couch sometimes. And my mom, she's always just like putting picture frames away or mm-hmm. drawings and like cycling through them. Mm-hmm. And I guess one time at night, my dad heard something like she would have it in the cupboard thing. And I guess one night my dad heard something just super loud, and he was like half asleep, so he was just like, I don't care. And so when he woke up though, he went and checked, and it was our family picture or one of him. Mm-hmm. And I'm guessing a family picture. He doesn't have like glamour shots.
Yeah, he does.
Does he?
Yes, you showed me his model photos.
Oh, those are from when he was younger though.
Those are glamour shots.
They are though.
Pedro is a model.
I need to show you a picture. Maybe we can insert it here. Well, it was a family picture then. It was cracked on his face.
Just his face.
Just his face.
He's like, you're too beautiful. Oh.
Just straight as I don't know. That's kind of sketch. Like if it were me, I would freak out.
And what did he think? The ghost was jealous of him or something?
I don't think jealousy, but just something. You know, who knows? Who knows with these things?
This one actually happened in Mexico.
Oh, this is gonna be good.
Mexico is scary. But, so I have my great-grandma, I don't know how old she is, but she's a great-grandma. And her house, and everyone in the family agrees, that her house is just straight up bad vibes. Like, no one likes to be inside the house. Every single time we go to her house, we're outside of the house. We never go inside. It's always empty. Because, like, the energy, it's, like, so negative and so, like, heavy that you're just like, I need to get out of here, because you get anxious and you feel like somebody's watching you. So yeah, that house, literally my mom, you ask her, she's like, I don't go in that house. Nobody goes in that house. And just her and her son, well, my great uncle, and literally no one goes in there. So, and their only bathroom is inside, in the very front of the house. We're over here. It's like the old style house where it's like the hallway and then it has a bunch of rooms on the side, like old style Mexican house. It's a pretty big house for Mexico. So we're in the backyard and you have to like walk a long corridor to get to the front. So I was like, my cousin Cassie, I was like, hey Cass, can you come with me? Because I'm terrified and I can't go to the bathroom by myself. So, and specifically the front room, that's the heaviest, and that's where the bathroom is. So I was like, Cassie, let's go. So we go to the front of the house to the bathroom, and I think she goes to the bathroom first, and I have her stay outside. The bathroom is pretty big. It's like half of like this. It's a huge bathroom. She got money.
She got money, honey.
She had money. I should say that. She had money. And Oh, probably my cousin Marlene is watching this. Marlene, do you feel that way at the house? Because I know you visited more than me, but it's scary. She's older than me. And, so she went to the bathroom first. And then I was like, okay, you have to wait outside with me. For me, because I don't want to be here by myself. So then I go bathroom, I'm like, doo-doo-doo, the lights are on. And then your girl has to go number 2. So, and the toilet's over there. I don't know if you know, but, like, they don't really work. You have to, like, bring a jug of water to, like, do the whole mess. So then it's not flushing. So I'm like, great.
What the hell?
So I'm like, Cass, can you bring me a tub of water so we can put it in and do the whole thing? She's like, yeah, sure. She brings it, and I'd make her stay inside with me because I just got really scared. And then, so the door's closed. Oh, the weird thing about this, I didn't say, the only way you can turn the light on or off is to switch from outside of the room. The switch isn't inside with you. Like normal, traditionally, the switch is outside of the bathroom. So, it's on for sure. And mind you, there's only one window like this big in the bathroom. So it's pitch black, and it's daylight, but it's like pitch black because of how small the window is. So we need the light on to see. So I'm doing my thing, and then all of a sudden, we're just like there watching my poop, like flushing it or whatever. All of a sudden, the lights turn off. So my cousin Cassie, she freaks out. She's like, dude, she starts cussing because she's freaked out. And then she's like, F this, I'm leaving you. And she just leaves me in there with my caca. And she runs out. And then she's like, dude, nobody's out here. So then I'm like, forget this. I leave my poop. I leave the tub of water. And I ran out after her. And we left the lights off. No, the switch was on too.
Oh my gosh.
So we're like, I think I switched it on and off to see if it was like a faulty or something, a wire. But no, the light was turning on and off. So I'm like, what the heck? So then we run out. We're literally running like little girls. And then my great uncle who lives there, he sees us because it's hard to explain, but it's the corridor, the rooms, and the rooms have windows to see outside in the corridor. So he's just hanging out in his room, looking outside, and he goes, hey, why are you guys running away? Like, what's wrong? And then I say, someone just turned the lights off in the bathroom. And you can see his face. He's like, oh, I turned it off. But you can tell in his face, like, he was trying to say it as if he made a prank on us. Mm-hmm. But, like, I knew, I was like, you didn't do it. I didn't say that. But, like, you can tell he was, like, trying not to make us scared so we would stay longer. So I was like, hell no. So I just continued after Cassie and just ran outside. And then we tell everybody, and everyone's like, oh. Like, they believe us because of all the scary stuff that's happened. But, yeah, I haven't gone back to the house. And this happened, like, in 2017.
Oh, wow. That's kind of recent.
It is. And I don't go back to the house. I only stay outside, and that's it. I don't go to the bathroom. I hold it in. But, yeah, that was probably one of the scariest things. And I don't even know what it could be. I've heard it's, like, because so from that side of the family, they come from a lot of money. So they had a lot of land. And the land that was on, it used to be where military men from, like, what war would have happened back?
The Mexican Revolution?
Yeah, so a lot of soldiers would have slept there, or they were hung or tortured. Everything happened on that piece of land. And I feel like it's the spirits of the military men haunting my great-grandma because it was, like, her family lineage that owned that piece of land. So I feel like it's the spirits, the military spirits, messing with us.
That's a pretty good explanation. I was about to ask you, like, what is it about these Mexican houses? Because, like, my great-grandma's house is supposedly haunted. Mm-hmm. Anytime I ask my mom, though, she's just like, oh, this happens. And she doesn't tell me much. Yeah. She just says that their house was it's a huge house, too. It was a taller, too. Mm-hmm. So, like, it just had a lot of space in the front, and then in the back was, like, all the house. Mm-hmm. She just says that she would always hear, like, chains rattling. Yes. Or, like, animals, like pigs or dogs screaming. But I have no clue what was there before.
You would have to find out. That would answer a lot. Because from other stories, they're saying that they've heard chains up and down the corridor, and they've seen balls of light in the corridor. Like, everything happens in the corridor. And my uncle, he said when he was younger, it was in the middle of the night, and he would hear as if someone was nailing wooden crates, like fixing crates. And he would wake up and be like, who was fixing crates? And like, oh, nobody. So it'd be like, what the heck is going on? Like, why are they there? Who were they?
I don't think anyone knows where we live, right?
I just say Bay Area.
Well, where we live, that in the cemetery over there, you know how where we live, they had KKK people. I guess there was a police officer that was known to be in the KKK, and you could see it on his grave, like the emblem of whatever the KKK is. So I want to check that out.
I'm so down.
But how would we find it?
We can look for his name.
But you know where I really, really want to go?
Hollywood?
No. I want to go to an abandoned mental health asylum. I don't think you can call it that now. But that.
Hospitals.
Yeah. I'm so scared of them, though.
I don't know if I would. My cousin used to go to those when he was in high school, and he would see things. And like,
I would go in the day, though.
Yeah. But still, I don't think I would be able to. Like I said, I feel I'm an empath, so I feel everything. And I feel like there'd be so much energy there. And I'd go like crazy.
You know, I kind of just want to see what it's like, too. Like, their living conditions weren't that great. And I have a friend. She lives on the East Coast, and she's always exploring abandoned places. I don't think she's gone to a mental health hospital, but there must be a lot of things over there to see.
Oh, I definitely would like to go over there because that's where the U.S. first started and where everybody first got established. And the buildings are so old over there. I would love to go. Would you go to the Conjuring House?
Where's that at?
Somewhere over there.
Yeah, I would go.
Yeah.
There's a few places that I can't think of any right now, but there's a few places that were like haunted. I'd want to go visit them. I feel like my mom would freak out though. She'd be like pleading, like, no vayas.
Priscila,
te van a agarrar. Allí espantan, Priscila.
She'd be like this the whole time.
Dude, for real. She'd be hella praying for me.
In your photo, you're like, she has a photo of you.
With like the little candle there. Just like,
I would like to go to Suicide Forest again to pay my respects to everybody and like.
Where's that at again?
In Japan.
Okay.
I don't want to see. I'm not gonna go in it, but I'll just be like in there and like pray for everybody and hope that everybody has moved on.
That's so sad.
It's so sad. Oh, didn't you say there's a lake by Jameson Canyon where the Zodiac Killer went when he did his first victim?
Yes. So there's this. I'm sure I can Google it and find out the name.
We're giving out where we live. We live somewhere where the Zodiac Killer killed.
Yeah, and that's anywhere from Berryessa to SF. So good luck.
I feel like someone already knows. I mean, I don't know. Bay Area.
Well, there is this road. If I give out any more information, you would know where. But I guess you can edit it out. But it's called Lover's Lane. It's like somewhere from Benicia.
You were going somewhere, you passed by this location.
Yeah, okay, so Jose and I were
Lane.
coming back from dinner. We went somewhere just cause, and we were driving back, and it was night already. And so where we were, it wasn't like huge, it wasn't a huge highway. And so I remember I saw the sign, and all of a sudden everything clicked in my mind. Cause like this is, I was like, cause this is all I look at. I was like, what is this? Like, but I saw the sign, and I was like, wait. This sounds familiar. Yeah, I was like, this looks familiar, and I'm not from here. So I Googled it, and I was like, oh my God, this is the place he killed at.
The first couple?
I don't know which couple it is. But I think there was like an old like ice cream truck, an abandoned one there too. And if you look at the place, it's secluded, and it was because it was a lover's lane. And it's just not a place that anyone would be able to know unless you're from here. And I didn't know. And yeah. So
I would love to go back.
Yeah, I want to go. And we checked out one of the payphones.
Yeah. Well, the payphone wasn't there anymore.
Yeah.
But it was
the area where he made a phone call. I know when the hotline bling.
Yeah, that's when he did the... Well, one survived, right? In the Berryessa area? The Berryessa murders, only one survived.
One survived.
The male. And then he went to this town and he made this call, and we visited that place where he did the call. But the phone wasn't there anymore.
That wasn't the victim that called.
No, it was the Zodiac killer. Yeah. He came.
He like called the cops. He was trying to be all like sneaky.
I did this.
Like, hey, come find me.
Hey, it's me. It's the Zodiac killer. Yeah. It's a Zodiac killer.
Dude, can you imagine?
Dude, we're probably gonna get canceled for like making fun of the Zodiac killer. Oh my god, he's dead now. Anyways,
he ain't shit.
What if he haunts us next?
Unless he watches our podcast. Like, did you subscribe or?
No, but yeah, we went and the phone wasn't there anymore. I was kind of sad that it wasn't there.
I wish it would have been, but there's like no payphones anywhere.
Not in where we live anymore. But I've seen some in like cities that I've been to. There has been payphones, but this is one of my nasty.
This is one of my biggest regrets. I was at Kohl's and there used to be a payphone there. Mm-hmm. It rang and I didn't answer it, but I was scared. It was like the middle of the day. It was like the afternoon.
But dude, imagine.
I know. I wish I could have answered. I know. I still beat myself up about it to this day.
What if it was a murderer? I feel like we're fantasizing murderers right now.
No, like, murderers suck. They ain't shit.
But it's like...
It's fascinating, like their psyche.
Gosh, they came here. You know? Like, we grew up here and they came here. It's like...
Like, we also have the Golden Gate Killers.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, we don't claim him, but...
The Golden State Killer. And
that.
He was called, like, the baby something. Because he would make baby sounds. And he would...
What do you mean?
He would call people and he would make like baby sounds. Like he would sound like he was crying. Like a baby.
The guy that was a cop, right?
Yeah.
That's so creepy.
He has many names because he was all around California and like Oregon or whatever.
Wow.
He was down in Santa Barbara, Sacramento, I think, Vallejo.
See, I just know like the news stuff, but like I need to dive into him more. But what's so crazy to me is I saw maybe like a year ago on YouTube when he had his trials. They were talking about him that he, in the trials, he acts so frail like an old man. But they show the recording of him in his cell like climbing his bed. But you know what's so funny? I don't know where I got this from, but one of the witnesses that survived, they described him. This was their, you know how they described like 5'7" white male. One of his describers was that he had a small dick.
Oh, I heard that too. Damn. I mean, no shame, but yeah, I heard that.
That's hella sad. Like, that sucks. Like, imagine hearing, like, police are looking for a 5'7" male. He has a small penis. And you're just, like, reading that, like...
I know who that is.
That must
Saw him.
suck.
Oh, God. Well, thankfully, he's behind bars. Even though he's like an hour away from us, it's kind of creepy.
What, is he like in Folsom prison or something?
Somewhere over there. He's really close to us, and that's kind of weird. And we're surrounded by a lot of like famous murder.
Ed Kemper
and Scott, the one by San Quentin. What's his name? I
think I saw something in the news that something is new with him. So either he's going to get out or an appeal or a new trial, something.
What's his name?
Scott Peterson.
There we go. Who else is around here? Not that way, but like...
I've seen a few, but I don't remember. Like, they're not like big ones. What about Richard Ramirez? Where is he at?
He was in LA.
Oh.
That's where
he looked nasty.
Oh my god, yeah. He was scary. In the documentary, I couldn't even look it in the eyes. Even though it was a screen.
You really?
He'd be like...
No, the other day I was on Reddit and I was just scrolling and I saw his face and I was like, oh, fuck. He's creepy. I don't know how girls were... Dude, okay, this is what I don't get. Girls that are obsessed with these guys and they're like, ah!
Send nudes?
Yes.
No, something's up with them.
Like, he's gonna kill you. Like, are you dumb?
Yeah, obviously.
Didn't he get married?
I don't remember. I think he did. But it's also like Ted Bundy. People are fantasizing him because he's hot. I don't think he was cute.
Okay, he was like a stereotypical handsome man.
Yeah.
He wasn't like Richard Ramirez.
Richard Ramirez was just ugly.
But like knowing what you know, no matter how handsome he is, just like honestly, it's just stupidity to me.
Yeah, I don't know why they would find that.
Like Hot Felon isn't murdering people. 2 different cases. The toolbox killer.
No.
It's this guy that tortured people in his van, and it was like set up. And the video exists, but not to the public. But the transcript exists to the public. And every time I see that on Reddit, people are just like, do not read it. This ruined my life. And so I've asked before, I was like, you know, like...
Wait, what's the transcript about? Interview that they did
it's
for,
the
the
killers talking to the girl torturing her.
Oh my god.
And so I asked before, I was like, well, you know, I'm always curious, if you don't mind, since you have watched it or read it, like, why is it so bad? And one of the people replied to me, they were just like, it's just knowing that what you're reading was actually somebody dying, somebody traumatized.
Mm-hmm.
But everybody says, like, don't read it. But
no,
I still want to read it.
You want to read it together?
Okay.
Oh god, we sound so crazy right now. But it's like, to me, it's like, how can somebody be capable of this? That's what I think what interests me. It's like, how is somebody capable of ending or torturing somebody else? Like, that's a person. I don't have it in my heart to hurt somebody else. And somebody must be really messed up or traumatized to be able to be able to do that stuff. Oh. And it's like kind of crazy to know, like, I mean, we don't even know, but we could walk or talk to somebody who has those intentions,
mm-hmm.
and we would never know.
See, those are my favorite stories too on Reddit.
What?
Like not like the ghost stories, but the ones of actual people who are out to harm you. Because it's so real, it could happen to us.
Like, I don't know if you've seen stories or in our newspaper, like, there's people that we went to school with and they've done things.
Mm-mm.
Probably not. I went to middle school with him. He like tried to kill his mom and girlfriend. Mm-hmm. And like,
when?
I can't remember. But I've seen other people, like, they've tried to hurt somebody, and it's like, I went to school with this person and then they're capable of that.
Yeah, it makes
scary.
you... I mean, not only should he be a good person just to be a good person,
mm-hmm.
but it really makes you want to, like, just try really hard not to piss people off.
Yeah. I remember you would tell me you would purposely be nice to everybody in school, or like
that doesn't sound right.
No. You let me explain. Because you would be afraid that one day there was something in their brain would switch, and you would want to be the one that they would spare their life because you were nice to them. You told me that. You told me that in Gov and Econ.
I don't think I was that nice to people.
Yeah. I remember you telling me that. It was senior year Gov and Econ. There was this kid in this class that would always get picked on. I can't remember who it was now, but they would always get picked on. But they would get picked on, and I'm like, why are you so nice to them? And you're like, well, what if one day they decide to shoot up the school? You're like, they would spare my life because I was nice to them. You told me that. And I was like, you're smart. But I was still mean to everybody. Not like bullying mean, but like, I'd watch who I would be nice to.
Yeah.
Because if they did something bad to me, I wouldn't treat them with the same respect as everybody, because I don't know.
And you know, with all these shootings, like...
Well, back then, school shootings wasn't a big thing. I remember that's when the Sandy Hook happened. We were in high school. And it was like the day before we went winter break. And it was the elementary school that got shot up. That was the first school shooting that I remember.
Not even school shootings, though, because, like, shootings are so random now. Like, what if you're a cashier and you're just like, ugh, it's $5.
I want $3.
Yeah, like, I don't know, it's scary.
It is. And then, like, just to know that almost just anybody can get a gun. Like, I'm for gun and protecting and all that stuff, but I would want someone to get really screened. Like, mentally checked.
Yeah. And even then, so, like, the fact that I'm not good with exact names, but the fact that Texas, for example, has a law where you can protect your own home, by default, that means there are states where you can't. And so
protect it, you mean shoot people if they step on? Yeah.
So the fact that, like, I don't know about California. Obviously, I need to do more research. But the fact that if an intruder were to come in, you can't even shoot them.
I think in California, you can. Because I've passed by some pieces of land and they say, step on the land and I'll shoot you.
Is it on Silverado Trail?
I can't remember, but I've seen signs like that. Or was it in Oregon? I can't remember, one of those two. But, yeah. Like, it's kind of scary to know that, like, in Texas, in California, you can't carry a concealed weapon. But, like,
yeah, you can.
You can? Oh, but, like, in the holster, like in Texas?
I don't know about the holster, but you can carry one. You just need, like, the stuff.
License. But I feel like I'd be scared, like, if someone's carrying a gun and they get angered really easily and then they just, like, that scares me. This happened October 2019 when I went to Disneyland.
Oh, I remember.
The last time. What?
Somebody pointed a gun at you?
Oh, yeah. It was the last time I went to Disneyland before quarantine happened. So I was driving. I always drive. It was me, my best friend, and my mom in the back. And it was like 9 a.m. and we were driving back home, and we were on the 5, and we're just driving, and all of a sudden this guy comes up right behind me, and he starts getting, like, tailgating me really aggressively. And I'm just like, I'm a pretty calm driver, I would say. Like, I maintain my cool. And I'm like, what the heck is going on? I'm just going the speed limit, not doing anything, not brake checking, nothing. I'm just going. And he just comes up behind, like, next to me. And I look, and he's pointing a gun at the car that I'm driving. So now I just go cold, and I'm like, oh my God, we're about to die. And then, thankfully, the guy just continues going. But then he goes around and points his gun at everybody else. Like, he's like this. Just pointing it outside of
what a psycho.
His car. And I didn't even want to tell my mom because of, like, dude, we almost could have gotten killed.
She didn't see?
She did. Nobody saw. I was the only one. And it was, I think, my best friend, she was right here next. And it was right next to her. And I don't think she saw. I don't remember. She probably saw when it was over there. But I was like, that guy just tried pointed again at us and, like, showed it, whatever. And I was like, I was very thankful that nothing happened.
My mom said that the same happened to us when my brother and I were little kids.
What happened?
I don't know. Just my dad was driving and somebody had, like, a gun pointed to him at some point. Like, can you imagine, like, just being a little kid and losing your dad like that?
I don't want to imagine. I don't go out by myself at all anymore. But, like, that, I remember I was younger, and we were in LA, and it was, like, kind of traffic. And then I'm with my parents, and I look to the side, and there's these two gangsters beating each other up on the freeway. And I'm like, Mom, there's two trolls fighting. My dad's like, yeah, that's what happens here in LA. They see someone from their rival, and then they get off and start beating each other up. Yeah.
And even, like Jose, like, he's not affiliated with any of that. Mm-hmm. But there's times, like, I remember, I would always tell him, I'd be like, because we tried to go somewhere where it was, like, a view, like a nice little hike, and other cars were there. And he didn't want to go because it was starting to get dark. And I was like, dude, like I didn't get it. And he explained to me, but I still wasn't getting it. And then, like, recently, like, I kind of brought it up again. I was like, dude, like, what's the big deal? Mm-hmm. And he was like, Priscilla, I was in SF one time, and somebody asked me if I was a part of this one thing. They thought I was that person.
Like a gang?
Yeah. They thought he was somebody familiar. And I was like, oh. That's why.
That's scary.
Like, I don't think we have to deal with that as girls, but we do have our own problems as girls.
Like what?
Like, people trying to snatch us.
Oh, yeah.
Like, holding your keys between your hand. The fact that it's so ingrained in us that get in the car, lock it immediately.
Look at the back. No, when I'm, like, out shopping, I'm like this. Because I don't trust anybody. Recently, when I was in Walmart, I was by myself. It was right after work. I had my day off early, so I got off at 1. I was at Walmart, and I was by myself, and I was dressed in my work attire, you know, so nothing's revealing, nothing. And I saw this couple with this little kid, and I was in the men's section because I was looking for t-shirts. And I see this couple like whisper something to each other, and they're just staring at me.
Oh, hell no.
So obviously my instincts are like, don't trust them, watch your back, watch your back. And so I was like, I was facing them the whole time. Like if they would go out this way, I would turn, because I know how to protect myself. So then I walk away, and the guy's just watching me. He goes like, he's watching me the whole time. And I go somewhere else, and it's kind of difficult to explain, but there was shelves here full of t-shirts, and there's like a little empty aisle here, so you can like go between different sections. So I was this shelf, I was walking this way. All of a sudden I see him peek his head out, and he goes like looking for me. Like you could tell he was looking for me. And I like look, I'm like I see you, and he goes and he like walks away, like ran away. So after that I was like, I'm out of here.
Did you ever get in high school, there was this piece of mail, I remember I got it, that you're invited to a job, but it was selling knives door to door. Did you ever get it?
Mm-mm.
I got it once, and I guess it was like this like sketchy thing. And I think I've told you before, but something weird happened to me. Like I felt like, okay, like maybe this was somebody trying to traffic me.
Mm-hmm.
So like I was desperate for a job junior and senior year. I applied everywhere. I applied, I think, to Petco, to McDonald's, everywhere, and nobody was hiring me. And I was at Starbucks with my dad, and he went to the bathroom, and I was waiting for our drinks. And I remember a guy walked up to me, like an older guy, like mid-30s, late 30s, and he was just talking to me like, oh, hey, like, I don't know, probably asking me, like, who I am and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And at some point it got to, like, oh, well, you know, like, are you trying to look for a job? And I was like, oh, my God, like, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Finally.
Yeah.
And he was talking to me about it. And he was like, oh, well, you know, I don't even know what it was for. And he was like, you know, you can work from home just, like, once or something a month. You would have to come by. And it's good money. We work with their schedule. And I was like, oh my God, like, great. And he was like, okay, well, you know, like, let me just get your information at this. We still have a house phone. And so one of the reasons we still have a house phone is for like telemarketers, or if we ever need to give our number away, we give the house phone away. Like I never give my cell phone away. And he was trying to get my number to contact him. And I remember I was like, oh, well, you know, I don't give my cell phone away, but you can have my house number. And I remember like kind of like once I said that, he kind of just seemed like, like not really interested. And I gave it to him, and he never called me.
Dude, probably.
But now that I think about it, I'm like, oh my God, like, who would give me a job? Like, I look like a little kid.
Yeah.
And
just in the street, just like one Starbucks, like,
yeah.
Hey, you want a job?
Yeah, it's weird. Like who recruits that way?
Obviously that guy.
Yeah.
Let's see, there was another. Oh, this isn't like recruiting or anything, but it happened in high school. I think it was sophomore year. I would hang out with this group of girls, and this was before school started, the class started. Like, we would have a certain amount of time, like, before school, we went into the classrooms. So we were hanging out in the front of the school, and it's like, you know that big intersection? And then there's like, the parking lots right here, and there's like a little piece of cement right here. Mm-hmm. So we were all standing here in a circle, like talking to each other, like catching up before class started. And we had this, do you remember Patty? The one with the crazy driving skills on the golf cart?
Oh.
She,
yeah.
That's her name, right? I think her name is Patty.
Is it the skinny girl?
Yeah.
I remember Cookie.
Not Cookie.
I don't know Patty then.
I think her name is Patty. She was known for recklessly driving on campus. She would like Tokyo drift. And she like speeds up to us and she goes, hey, you guys, do you guys know that guy? He's taking photos of you guys.
Oh, hell no.
And then we all turn and we're like, no, we don't know him. And he's like, oh, snap. Like, he's like, oh, my God, I've been caught. So then we're all scared. Like, why is this? Well, I was scared. And because someone's taking photos of me and I'm underage, obviously. And I'm a girl. And we're like, no, we don't. That necklace is moving. Maybe it's the wind. And so we're like, no, we don't know this guy. And then I don't know what else to say. I'm like, no, we don't know him. So then she goes up to him and she makes him delete the photos that he was taking of us.
Oh, yes.
Shout out to Crazy Patty. Yeah, she thankfully got photos deleted and she made him leave.
See, it's things like that, like, who was supposed to notice?
Yeah. But I think ever since then, I've been, like, extremely, vigilant? Is that the word? Like, careful of, like, who's around me and what's going on. Like, recently, like, I've seen guys, like, older men, like, at the gym, especially, there's, like, this wall next to the treadmills, and there's this wall right here. And I saw this guy, he kind of had, let me see your phone. He had his phone like this, pointing at me. Oh, so cute. And so I was like, is he taking photos of me? But, like, I'm not the type of person, like, I'm going to stare at you until you get uncomfortable. So I was just staring at him the whole time. And I was literally about to call, like, a guy my age and be like, hey, he's making me uncomfortable. Like, make him go away. Like, he's pointing his phone at me. But I didn't have the balls to do that. But I just stared at this guy until he left. And it was really uncomfortable, just, like, he had his, like, phone pointed at me.
See, that was a huge thing why I was reluctant to join the gym. And if there was, like, an all-girls gym, I would gladly go.
I want to have one so bad.
I want one so bad. But, like, all the creeps are everywhere. I remember one time at the mall, I must have been, like, 17. I went with my brother. And he's really patient at the mall, but, like, he loves sneakers. So, and I don't. So we would just split up and just meet somewhere. And I remember I was at Old Navy, and he must have been, like, at Foot Locker. And I'm just a 17-year-old girl, like, nothing special. I'm wearing, like, a loose shirt, jeans.
Nothing revealing.
Nothing revealing at all. And there was this guy just, I don't know what he said to me, but it was like, damn, like, you fit in those jeans really well. And, like, he must have said something to me at first, and I was like, thanks. But then he kept saying it. Oh. And I remember at some point I was just like, I'm done. And I guess I really wanted to buy something, so I didn't leave. But I remember I called my brother, and I was like, hey, there's a guy here. You need to come with me and stand in line. And he came, and nothing ever happened to me.
But, yeah, like, there's times where I'm like, I don't have anybody to go to the store with me or something, so I don't go out because it's so scary. Yeah. But even though, like, I'm like physically, I mean, I look really strong. I'm chunky, but I'm really strong. But, like, just to know, like, a guy can be, like, it's 10 times stronger than you.
You know, that reminds me. So I've gained weight over the years. And when I was 16, I was much skinnier. I must have been...
Weren't we all?
I must have been 120 or 125. And I remember...
That was me in 4th grade, dude.
I remember I went to go see a boy. And I was walking back home. And so at this point, I'm by the elementary school by where I live. Mm-hmm. And so it's really close by. And it wasn't dark yet, but it was going to get dark. And I remember there was this Tahoe, you know, the ones where it opens like that?
Yes, my uncle has one.
Yeah, it was a green Tahoe. And I was walking this way. They were driving this way. And they were just really staring at me. And I remember going like, okay. Like, and mind you, I wasn't dressed up, actually. Like, I looked like this. Mm-hmm. And I was 16. I didn't know how to do my makeup. And I remember a few minutes passed by. I see him again. And a few more minutes passed by, and I saw him again.
He's following you.
And at this point, I was like, those doors open easily. He looks big. I'm not. And I was so scared. And I called my parents. I asked them to pick me up. And they asked where I was. But they were just like...
You're right there.
Yeah. And so I was just like, okay. And I didn't.
Bye. It was nice knowing you.
Yeah. And I didn't see him again.
Good.
But it's just kind of like really, dude?
I mean, I don't think you're gonna be in this situation again. But I've been told to, like, just pretend you're on the phone with someone, or call somebody and just say, "Hey, I'm scared. Just stay on the phone with me while I get to wherever I need to go."
See, and I don't take Ubers at all. But next time I'm in an Uber, like, I know to, like, stay on the phone with somebody. Mm-hmm. But it's just scary. Like you never know.
Yeah. You always feel, like, so much more comfortable when you're with somebody else or, like, a guy. But it's so scary being alone, going places. Like, I wish it didn't have to be like that. And just to know, like, we're gonna have kids one day and they're gonna have to go through that. My kids are going to be boxers. That's all I gotta say. They're gonna be kickboxers. And I think we should end it here. Because I gotta go. I have to do a 3-hour drive.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. Do you have your mantra?
Oh, I found one on...
So we're going to share our...
Yelp. On Pinterest.
On Yelp. We're going to share our her mantra for the week. I did mine last time.
So, doesn't say who it is, but it says, I'm under no obligation to make sense to you. I really like that because I feel like some people... I don't know. Sometimes I think I'm misunderstood. Some people don't really just get who you are.
Different point of views, especially. Yeah.
Or like it's one thing to be like, oh, where are you going, Brenda, for your 3-hour drive? I don't think it's that big of a deal. But it's another thing to be like, why are you crying? Why are you upset? Like, why are you always happy? Like, it's one of those things where it's like, you don't owe anybody an explanation.
Exactly.
And if they don't want to get to know you and try to figure it out, then that's on them. But, yeah, just, you don't owe anyone anything. And I like that. I feel like we need to be reminded of that.
Period.
Especially at jobs when you call in sick.
Oh, my God.
I'm under no obligation to make sense to you. Bye.
I mean, I don't call out just because I don't want to. I call out when I actually do.
Yeah, I don't do that no more.
I
only did that like once or twice. Okay, one time I was getting broken up with, and there was no way I could have worked. Another time was for the Giants parade, and I was not gonna miss out.
Oh yeah, when they won the World Series. Yeah.
But yeah,
those are great times.
Don't give nobody an explanation, because
stranger danger.
Don't need it.
What do they say on Crime Junkies? Don't be afraid to be weird.
No, not weird.
Stay weird.
Is it? It was something under don't be afraid, though.
I don't remember, but they say stay weird, stay rude.
Stay rude. There you go. Well, it was nice talking to everybody.
Listening. Thank you for listening to our crazy stories.
Yes.
And our roller coaster. We went from ghost stories in the bathrooms to murders to kidnappers.
It was fun.
Make sure that you follow our socials down below. We have Instagram. I haven't done anything on TikTok. I keep forgetting, but everything's down there. Yeah, thank you for listening, and we'll see you in 2 weeks. Bye.